So we want to do another destination.
What do you think? What type of destination are you looking?
I would love to take them, Dubai, Dubai blowing up with sport. Dubai, of course, Africa with the Dubai Basketball Athlete. Australia has a big basketball league.
Okay.
And then China, of course, have a big I've coached there in China. So China will be a good one for me.
I lived there for 2 years. I lived there for 2 years.
Oh, yeah. I lived in Guangzhou.
Guangzhou?
Yeah. Yep. I lived in Guangzhou. Yep. You ready? So it makes you what?
Lean into the microphone because of the noise in the background.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever you're ready. Give me the countdown, guy. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Culture Travels podcast, where we talk about the biggest topics in between travel and culture. And today I have the most exciting privilege to talk to Mr. Travis Williams, the CEO and founder of the HBCU All-Star Game, which is going to be hosted in San Antonio this year. Mr. Williams, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate you. First of all, I appreciate you having me on this outstanding show.
Man, I'm
looking
excited.
forward to understanding everything about culture travels, the collab and see how we can make this thing flow.
Man, before we jump into it, you were just telling me, so you lived in China for a couple of years.
Yeah, I lived in China. Well, I did a year. I coached professionally there. I always said I wanted to be see what it feels like to be an international coach. So after a year coaching at Mercer, got this amazing opportunity. Check this out. It was in 2008 after we won the Olympic gold. Remember that?
Yeah, and Beijing,
so I got a chance to coach in China. I was in Guangzhou, and it was amazing to be in a coach international and have that global brand on my resume.
Man, I played in China for a couple of years, and one experience I remember, I'm in a huddle with my teammate.
Yeah.
Language barrier.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to take a bunch of water bottles to place them on the court and say, "You move here, you move there, you move there." What's like that one story you remember from your time in China that you always share with people?
Oh, it's amazing. Since you lived there, you kind of know that some of these arenas were cold. They really didn't have kind of the infrastructure in some of those arenas. So, and they smoke there a lot during live events. So sometimes at a game, I look up, it's like, what is that cloud up there? And so I'm like, man, but it was smoke, because they, love smoking. But that was just one. But I'm telling you, man, basketball is basketball. And it's interesting you mentioned, the translator and all that stuff. So I had a translator that was kind of westernized. We had been watching a lot of stuff that was going on. When I met him, he had the 50 Cent charm, my 50 Cent charm. Him and my point guard had the 50 Cent charm, the one that's oh, man. I said, it's going to be a fun experience and stuff. It was hilarious. But just me being a coach and then having a translator that had to translate to the players. And so that was kind of the different language barrier. And so I might say it in one way, and then the translator come back and say, I say, hey, man, you got to say it meaner so they can get an understanding of it. I'm
serious.
Oh, man. But it was once I kind of learned a little language.
Yeah.
Booster, learning the language, the basketball terms.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was amazing. Took me a little while to adjust. But once you, as you know, living there, you get adjusted. You pretty much can make it anywhere.
What was, did you travel a lot while you were there? Like travel?
Yeah, I traveled throughout. Of course, you knew Hong Kong was just an hour and a half from where we stayed in mainland. So I was able to go there and have my translator, my drive. Just leave me there for a weekend because you can communicate in Hong Kong. But pretty much every different province because we played.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of friendly exhibition games. So, man, I went to Hubei, Hunan. I mean, pretty much all of them.
Man.
Beijing, I did the Great Wall of China,
all
that stuff. So I got a chance to really enjoy it. And the team flew my wife over there a few times. So we got a chance to really enjoy it. So you got to think about it. And where we stayed in Guangzhou, I stayed in a westernized hotel. So many of the times, all the Westerners and foreigners that own hotels there, as you know, they own the factories.
Yeah.
They used to come back and see me all the time. They say, hey, what position you play? Are you a player? I said, no, I'm the coach. I said, you the coach? And we had an amazing setup because our practice facility was connected to our hotel. So it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So, but once I got used to it and adjusted, it was great. It was great.
Man, so now you oversee the HBCU All-Star Game. What was the inspiration behind creating this event?
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
This is a God-driven vision.
Yeah.
After 17 successful years of coaching, God placed a vision in my spirit to change and objectify historical Black colleges and university. So I'm being obedient. And as much as I love coaching, when God places a vision, I'm busy being obedient, being faithful. Yeah. And it's an opportunity to celebrate us in a space that's long overdue. And so when God placed the vision, I had to go to my wife, Kai, and say, hey, baby, you got to hold it down, personally, professionally, and financially. This is the only thing that I'm concentrating on. It's laying the foundation and the blueprint for what God has placed in my spirit to provide ear and oar, exposure, access, recognition, opportunity, resources, and results for our proud and prestigious and tradition-rich HBCUs, our hard-working, ambitious, very deserving students and student athletes, and some of our brilliant coaches across the country and globally around the world that don't get that notoriety, don't get that national global shine. Yeah. And so HBCU All-Stars was founded to change that narrative and what we're doing now.
And so now you're hosting, and when you think about San Antonio, I mean, you don't think HBCU, so why San Antonio?
Well, that's the historic nature, Final Four weekend. So we have a presence during Final Four weekend that's been around for 40 plus years. Mm-hmm. So think about it. Final Four weekend, all eyes will be here on San Antonio.
So leveraging that.
Leverage that. But let them know that we're going to be in this space and we're going to be here. We're going to celebrate our HBCs. We're going to celebrate some of the most talented HBCU men and women basketball during college basketball biggest weekend. And we have a national and global platform, and that's what we're going to celebrate. And it's a big community effort here in the great city of San Antonio. Just imagine, we get an opportunity to celebrate Black excellence at the highest level. For us, long overdue, national, global notoriety, and it's an opportunity to serve our community and give back.
And, congrats on the early success. As I was doing some research, you all have sold out almost every event. And when I think about other entrepreneurs and folks that are ambitious, there's some hesitancy to pursue a dream or something that you want to do.
Yeah. When
you saw the first event sold out in New Orleans, and then you did it again in Houston, and then Arizona, in terms of like this, we got something here.
Yeah.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah, we laid the foundation. Think about it. We laid the foundation the first time, April 2022 in New Orleans. And guess who was there? You had Duke, North Carolina, Villanova, and Kansas, the blue bloods of college basketball. And we hosted our first ever All-Star game there at University of New Orleans Lakefront Arena. It was very important. We set the foundation. Wow, this is really, really happening at 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And then have the first sellout at Houston, at Texas Southern University. More important, on a HBCU campus, the first ever HBCU All-Star game hosted on a HBCU campus during Final Four weekend. Then April 2024, you take the game to Phoenix, where there no HBCUs exist in the Valley of Sun, in that part of the region, and have a sellout at Grand Canyon University, over 7,200 overflow in our Fan Fest, consecutive HBCU All-Star Game sellout. And now we're here, Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio. So we're expecting 3 consecutive sellouts, standing room only, the hottest ticket in town during Final Four weekend, one day before the men's national championship game. Here in San Antonio. That's truly a God-driven vision.
Man, that's beautiful, bro. Yeah. Right before and you all have, I guess what we could say is a special sauce. You think about Black travelers spend about $109 billion a year traveling. Destinations, brands are trying to figure out how to tap into that market. You all are selling out events. Why do you think this event has been so successful with getting Black travelers, the Black community, out to these games and events?
It's a very important, like I said, first of all, we get an opportunity to celebrate us in a space that had never existed.
That had celebrate us before.
And so and it shows the strength of HBCU alums, HBCU, the power of us when we are supporting us. As you mentioned, it's a destination place. It gives folks an opportunity that wouldn't otherwise come to the Final Four because they have no skin in the game or whatever.
Yeah.
But they have skin in the game, regardless whether or not they're HBCU alum or non-HBCU. We make it inclusive of everybody. You know, we're celebrating the game of basketball. It brings, you know, one thing about sport, it brings everybody.
Brings everybody out. Dion was just here, and, you know, had everybody out.
It brings everybody together, and that's what we're doing. And it is a high-level, first-class event with some of the most talented men and women HBCU players that are represented for our HBCU. So, I mean, it's just think about it, you know. It's a movement that we're celebrating. It's a national movement, a global movement, and it's the best in Black college basketball Final Four weekend. It's a celebration. So folks want to be a part of history, and that's what we're doing. It's history that we're making. You can always say, hey, especially young women, the women can say,
I was a part of this.
I was part of. We were the first ever HBCU All-Stars women that ever participate in an HBCU All-Star Game during Final Four weekend. Has never happened. So that's history.
And that's what people want to be a part of. I love it. And when you think about, I want to talk a bit about the economic and cultural impact. San Antonio hosts the NCAA game. The economic impact from hosting the NCAA games is in the millions. Every year, New Orleans reports that Essence Festival has brought millions of dollars of economic impact to that city. The HBCU All-Star Game, I feel like you're the best of both worlds. You have the cultural impact and the economic impact. What does that look like in cities that you all have been a part of thus far?
And that's the important thing. You know, it's HBCU All-Stars, the movement. It's a national, global recognized brand of where we do events and do things that ain't not only just events. We're part of the culture and the community. It's not just a game that we're doing. All the ancillary events that are surrounding our game, that what draws. You know, we have a big time economic impact bringing folks. We invite all 100 plus of our HBCUs to come participate in our college admission fair. We average between 100 to 105 interns that want to be a part of our program. We're bringing our entire HBCU All-Star staff. We're bringing the All-Star. We're bringing the coaches. We're bringing the movement with them. So if you're alum and they want to support, we're bringing all that and their contacts, their resources that want to come be a part of it. And so we represent the culture of what it means to celebrate Black excellence at the highest level. And they're coming to where we are to celebrate.
And that's hotel stays, that's restaurants, that's events. It's a lot of
merch,
impact for
it's merch, that's ancillary events, that's award shows, that's Friday fun days, that's legacy court dedication, that's civil rights and social justice panel discussions, that's HBCU All-Stars mixer. It is so much that we're bringing to the community, but also giving back to the community, you know, and exposing our young folks to HBCUs that wouldn't be otherwise being exposed to HBCUs, you know.
Do y'all, if I asked you, could you put a number on the economic impact? Maybe it doesn't have to be an exact number, but it's a roundabout.
I can't put any numbers, and I just know it's in the millions. You know, I can't put any exact numbers because when you have an event of this magnitude, it's national and global. Just think about the branding and marketing go at. When if you go look at what we're able to do, we recognize at this current moment player and team of the week from all of our HBCUs in a national announcement. Everything that we're doing ain't just showing up for the action. All of our branding, marketing, and impact is all leading into it. It's a build-up to when we announce the top 24 men and the top 24 women. We currently have a list now with 100 plus women represented on our watch list. A list now, 100 plus men on our watch list. So everything we're doing in the next 80 days plus, it's having an impact all across the country on our HBCUs. Why? Because when we mention them in certain publications, national, it's showing love to their community. A young person is watching that, applying to those different schools. You see what I'm saying? The interesting
marketing for the university.
Exactly.
Recruitment for the universities.
So that's what I'm saying. Everybody wins in this space.
And you mentioned y'all are not just national, you're international. Yeah, you most recently went to Paris.
Yeah,
Took some players to Paris. I know you have the international All-Star tour. Talk to me a bit about that.
I mean, that's important. God placed the vision in my spirit. So hey, let's take one step further.
Why Paris? Or
Paris?
What was the draw to Paris?
Glad you asked that question. What did we just have in Paris? It's during the Olympic year. You couldn't get a better audience. It's during the Olympic year. So think about it. We took our All-Stars to Paris prior to our U.S. Olympians arriving there. That was intentional. We played in the K-54, which is what? That's Michael Jordan's largest, sponsored by Jordan Brand.
Michael Jordan's.
It was the Jordan Brand world's largest streetball tournament championship that we participated in, the K-54. It's so big, it sold out in 2 hours. So we played in that event, and then we did friendly exhibition games around the different areas in Paris and France.
What was the reception like?
It was big time. We were one of 20 nations to represent. We represented the United States in that event, but we also were able to take our HBCU All-Stars brand globally. Why was that important? We can't sit back and wait for individuals to come, recruit, and see the type of talent that we have at our HBCUs. We went global. Now they know. So the HBCU All-Stars movement is global now. We can go anywhere around the world. When I mentioned, say, where we want to take the HBCU, just imagine, we took 10 of our top 72 All-Stars to play over there. Big time movement, big time. And during the Olympic year, can't put a price tag on that, the exposure.
Man, and that reminds me of when the South Carolina, Don Stacy and South Carolina Gamecocks also played in Paris some years back. And you had their families, their fans all traveling with them. And again, showing that cultural and economic impact. And so you mentioned you want to do it again. You're looking for other destinations, China. Yeah, China,
Australia, Africa, the Basketball African League, Dubai. All these places where there's a big presence of, they love basketball, they love sports. And we want to take our HBCU All-Stars movement into those places where they love that, where we can continue to brand and market and show the true talents of our All-Stars. Because when you look at it, there are 450 NBA players, 30 NBA teams. There are over 144 WNBA players, 12 WNBA teams, zero representation of HBCUs, period. Zero representation. So we got a long way to go. That's why we're out here fighting for us to change that narrative. For those individuals that are watching, we're here fighting for us to change that narrative. That's why HBCU All-Stars were founded, to change the objective, to show that we're just as talented at any of those other schools, but we need the same opportunities, access, resources. And that's what we're doing through HBCU All-Stars, providing area and for, so, but we're excited. We're just excited to keep it moving,
What was that impact like on your players to be able to go to Paris and play and travel around like that? I talked to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Some of them have never traveled before.
Yeah.
To take that, what was that like for your players?
It was amazing because what we did, we took, because we had 3 previous All-Star games at that particular moment. So we took, because the event was high level now. You have some of the top teams participating in the K-54. So we had to take some of the best of our best. So we were able to take All-Stars from each team, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Okay. So the experience was amazing because a few of our guys are already playing professionally overseas.
Okay.
But a few of those guys that were not, they're playing now based off that experience of going over. So they were able to get exposed.
Man.
So we currently have 60% of our All-Stars are playing professional. We have about 2 or 3 in G League. We have 2 on the Harlem Globetrotters. But we're there fighting for those opportunities. And so that's a part of the journey. That's what we're doing in this space.
Man, I absolutely love that piece about getting abroad and expanding the brand.
Yeah.
You talk to, and I think that's a message for small business owners here in the States. You talk about Black small business owners. Talk a little bit about taking that leap and looking globally for your brand and for your business.
Oh, you have to. There's no doubt. And so as a small business, the grind is real. The grind is real. There's no one that's going to believe in your vision more. We're going to have folks that are loyal, that are true.
Sure.
But you have to believe in your brand. You have to believe in your vision. And me in this space, I'm always bet on myself, and understanding that. But when it's God driven, I'm a man of faith, family, and live a life of service. And when you're doing it for the right reasons, all that stuff comes along, man.
Organically,
and, it comes organically, man. And so it's just, and that's what's been really pushing the narrative. We have an amazing HBCU All-Stars team, staff, folks in place. I mean, it's been truly amazing. And we're going to continue to do that, you know.
When you're putting on these big events, who's doing like the production and you know, the production behind your HBCU All-Star events? You got the games, you got ancillary events. Are you working with local community members for production? Like, what does that look like?
Oh, it's amazing. I have an amazing staff that's directors of special projects, events, legal, business affairs. We have an amazing dynamic team that's in place. All these individuals, consultants that really believe in HBCU All-Stars vision. And then we're still working on some future partners. For the past 3 years, we've had a great partnership with CBS Sports, and so we had three historical years with them. And so hopefully, whoever our new broadcasting and streamer partners will be able to do some of the things that you mentioned. But we have a team in place that's able to do high-level productions, events, ancillary. Everything that we do is going to be done at a high level, and it's going to be centered as giving back, paying it forward, and really impacting the community. So we have an amazing team, and I'm glad you asked that question, because you'll never hear me say this is about me. We have an outstanding team. We always believe in the total team effort, but more importantly, the communities that we serve. We make it a collaborative effort where we all win in this.
I think you have some great advice to give to other brands, other entrepreneurs in terms of reaching out and partnering with bigger organizations. What is the conversation like with a CBS Sports? What are you preparing ahead of time in order to successfully pitch the idea of supporting the HBCU All-Star Game?
I think the proof is in the pudding. You know, I think what we've been able to do with our partnership with CBS is going out there and showing them, you know, like I said, because the lead up, like the planning, the preparation, and running a first class high level event, you know, having the players, which of course getting it right with the players, because you got to have the talent. To make sure they're showing up. The
product has to be good.
Yeah, product has to be good. And then making sure the products are the best ambassadors that's coming here and doing the things that we need to do. And then the ancillary events that's really impacting the community and making change. And so everything that we've been able to do is historic. It's a collaborative effort. It's just been a really good feel story, and we making a lot of goals, dreams, and aspirations come true. I think that's the reality of it. None of them wouldn't be provided this national, global platform without, you know, many sacrifices from our HBCU all staff and all things of that nature. But the conversation is just be yourself, be authentic, be genuine, work hard, let your work ethic speak for itself. And so that's what I'm a grinder. You know what I'm saying? I think that for me is grinding. But I know I'm doing it for a higher calling and to make a difference in the world. And so when you're doing it for the right reasons, that's when you continue to be blessed. And you continue to get the right circle around you. You know, right circle that are smart in you. I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I know who I want who I want to be surrounded with the right folks, the key loyal folks that really understands the vision, really understand the magnitude of the moment, and really understands the importance of what we're doing to our culture, man, because we don't get too often to do that. And so I'm just truly excited to be obedient and be faithful to God in this walk. And I must give a special shout out to my wife for believing in the vision, you know, to go to my wife and say, hey, babe, you got to hold this down. You got to hold this down, personal, professional, and financially. This is all I'm going to concentrate on. And to have a woman stand with you like that and support you, and that's truly profound, you know. So there is black couple
to believe in
love.
You like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you for speaking on
me. And
my fiance's the same way.
That happens, and so it's no facade, it's no fake. This is real. And to have two dynamic children that you making a part of the company, and they understand. Because when I leave, I say, hey, Dad, I had a grinding for your future and for the culture, and so they can see that. And so that's kind of where all this. I'm out here fighting for what we believe in. And so I'm going to say this. The city of San Antonio has been really receptive, really great. And we about to send a loud and clear message They have challenged everyone watching that this would be the best ever HBCU All-Star Game and experience, period. So we about to see in San Antonio in about 80 days.
Okay. Two questions before we let you go. Y'all coming to San Antonio. We got content creators here. We got travel brands here. How can content creators and travel brands partner with you all to help amplify that message and get this story out there?
We're looking for that. I'm glad you asked that question. They can go to HBCUAllStarGame.com.
Okay.
They go to HBCUAllStarGame.com. There's some links on there.
Yeah.
Send that information out. Make a note that they heard this on the Culture Travels, specifically from me. Reach out and we'll make that connection, because we're looking for that. It's a total team effort where we can partner and have joint collaborations where all of us win in this. And I'm telling you, they can follow us on all social media platforms: HBCU All-Star Game, HBCU All-Stars LLC, Travis L. Williams 24. Trust me, we are here looking for.
Last, to sign us off, what can the community expect from the event when y'all get here?
Oh man, you're asking some amazing questions. So the community can expect that our HBCU All-Stars will arrive on Thursday, April the 3rd, and we arrive. It's going to be non-stop, high action, fun, engaging, giving back to the community, welcome reception, award ceremony, social justice and civil rights panel discussion, legacy court dedication, youth basketball clinic. We're just going to lean in the community. Pro day, pro day combine. We have a live press conference from the mayor's office or St. Philip's office,
which is HBCU here in San Antonio.
So, it's going to be a collaborative effort. So we're going to really just be a part of it. And then, of course, game day.
Game day.
That's the game changer. It's going to be the hottest ticket in town one day before the men's national championship game. All eyes going to be on Freeman Coliseum. And we're going to let the world know, man, we're just this talented. We have some talented student athletes.
I'm looking forward to it. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
proud of what you're doing. And
thank you.
And providing us this opportunity, the
Yes,
great
sir.
work you're doing, providing a platform between culture and travel. Because when it's all said and done, it's related.
It's related, man. It is.
And,
Related,
so
man.
now you keep doing your thing and keep shining,
Yes,
brother.
sir. And I can't wait till y'all get here in April. Man, we're going to be there.
Sounds great.
Can't wait to support y'all wherever y'all got.
Thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for checking out this episode of Culture Travels Podcast. We talk about the biggest topics between travel and culture with the people who know them best, like the CEO of the HBCU All-Star Game, Mr. Travis Williams. Make sure y'all come out. San Antonio, April is going to be a major event, and we're signing off. Thank you, Mr. Williams.